The wind on the open prairie had a strange way of carrying ghosts. That night, as the sky simmered with cold starlight and the moon hovered like a pale lantern, rancher Cole Harding walked out to check on his horses. He lived alone now, alone since the day his wife, Emma, was lowered into the ground 3 winters ago. Silence had become his only companion, silence and memory. But that night something felt wrong. His lead mare, Daisy, was restless. She pawed the ground, snorting, as Cole approached the corral with his lantern raised. "Easy, girl," he murmured. And then he saw it. A shape curled beside Daisy's front legs, a small bundle of fabric and trembling limbs. A woman, no older than her mid-20s, wrapped in a thin, torn shawl, sleeping or passed out in the dirt. Cole stiffened. Out here intruders were rare, lost travelers even rarer. He crouched down slowly, lantern angled. Her cheeks were pale, lips blue. She was exhausted, starved even. But it was the baby curled against her chest inside the shawl that made his breath catch. A young widow. He didn't know how he knew, but he did. He reached out carefully to shake her shoulder. And then he heard it. A whisper. Soft, broken, barely there. "Emma, Emma, please don't leave me." The lantern nearly slipped from Cole's hand. Emma. His late wife's name. He froze where he knelt, his breath hammering in his chest like a stampede. His own wife had whispered that same plea on her final night. He had never heard another soul say her name with that kind of ache. Who was this woman? Why was she speaking his wife's name while unconscious? What nightmare was she trapped in? He shook her gently. "Ma'am, can you hear me?" She jolted awake, eyes wide with fear, pulling her baby close like a shield. She scrambled backward until her hands hit the corral rails. "Please don't hurt us," she whispered hoarsely. Cole raised both hands. "I ain't here to hurt you." Her chest rose and fell too fast, panic still gripping her. "You said Emma," he added quietly. She swallowed, confusion flickering in her eyes. I must have been dreaming." "What were you dreaming about?" She hesitated. "A woman, I didn't know her name. She was trying to help me, but every time I reached for her, she faded." Cole felt something icy crawl up his spine. "Why were you sleeping here?" he asked gently. "I couldn't walk anymore," she said. "My baby hadn't eaten since yesterday morning. We had nowhere left to go. I saw the ranch lights and hoped someone might take pity." Her voice cracked at the last word. "What's your name?" Cole asked. Lena Moore." "And the baby?" She smiled weakly. "Caleb." Cole took in her sunken cheeks, her trembling hands, the desperate way she shielded her son. "Come inside," he said firmly, "both of you." No, sir, I don't want to be a burden." "You're not. You and the little one need warmth and food. That's all that matters right now." She hesitated, eyes filling with tears. "Thank you." Inside the ranch house, the fire roared to life. Cole heated stew, boiled water for tea, and handed her a blanket while she fed Caleb. She watched him with wary gratitude. "You live here alone?" she asked softly. "Yeah," he replied, "for a few years now." Something in his tone must have told her not to ask more. But then, the moment he set her bowl on the table, she paused. Her eyes drifted toward the mantel. Cole's heart clenched. She was staring at the photograph of Emma, smiling in a white dress, hair blowing in the ranch wind. "That's her," Lena whispered. "That's the woman from my dream." Cole nearly dropped the ladle. "What?" Lena stood slowly, staring at the picture like it held sunlight. She came to me last night," Lena whispered. "I was so cold. My legs gave out near your fence. I thought I was dying. I closed my eyes and then a woman came to me. She told me, 'Not tonight, get to the ranch, he'll help you.'" Cole's chest tightened painfully. Emma's last words echoed in his mind. "Promise me, don't shut your heart forever." Lena turned to him, trembling. I didn't know her name, not until you said it outside, but that's her. She saved us. Cole had spent years believing the world had taken everything from him. That life had given him no more purpose. But now a stranger, lost, starving, desperate, had been guided to his ranch by a dream of the woman he loved. He swallowed hard. Eat, Lena, rest, you're safe here. Her eyes softened. Thank you, Cole, I don't know how to repay you. You don't owe me anything. But over the next days, something changed. Lena stayed in the guest room. She cooked when she could, helped feed the horses, hummed lullabies to Caleb in the rocking chair Emma once used. And Cole, who hadn't shared a meal with another soul in years, found himself listening to her soft voice, watching her gentle strength. One evening, as the sun bled gold across the prairie, he asked her, "Where were you headed before you got here?" "Nowhere," she said honestly. "My husband died last year. His family told me I wasn't welcome. I was trying to find a new town, a new beginning." Cole nodded slowly. "You found one." She looked up surprised. "Here." He met her eyes. "If you want it." Lena smiled through rising tears. "I do." And somehow it felt like Emma's voice carried through the wind again, soft, warm, approving. Weeks passed, then months. Caleb grew strong. Lena regained her color, and the ranch, it didn't feel empty anymore. One spring evening, Lena stood beside the paddock fence, watching the sunset. Cole joined her quietly. "You saved me," she whispered. "No," he said, shaking his head. "Someone else brought you here." Lena placed her hand over his. "Maybe, but you chose to let us stay." The wind brushed past them, and for the first time in years, Cole felt peace settle in his chest. Emma had left him with one final purpose, one final gift. Lena and Caleb. A new beginning born from a moment of fate, a whisper in the night, and a name carried on the wind. And Cole finally understood. Love doesn't die. It finds new places to land.